and welcome back to the Waypoint FPL update. Many a moon has passed since the last one, but we are back once again. We do still live. Chris is still alive, as you can see. How's it going, Chris?
I'm just about hanging in there. Yeah. After the last game, so I've been been away. I've done a bit of soul searching, calmed down a bit. But yeah, otherwise I'm pretty good.
Good, glad to hear it. Yes, no, it was a bit of a disappointing, very disappointing last game out. You're absolutely right, but we've still got a league to go and potentially win, or a promotion to potentially go and still get, so all is not lost, certainly for the season, so we'll stick at it. But yes, we are back. Yeah, apologies for the extended layoff that we've had since our last episode. A lot has changed since then. A lot also hasn't changed. The weather still sucks, Chris, so there's that. It's getting there though, hopefully. I do, yeah. So,
I mean, at least it's warm and wet now rather than cold and wet.
It's an improvement. You're absolutely right. It's an improvement. And something else that has absolutely changed since the last time we were with you as well is we did not see the foreshadowing of the dominance of Palmer. In fantasy. He was solidly in mid-table for a lot of the season, and then out of absolutely nowhere, he stormed into first place. Took a not too sizable lead, but he's consistently had a lead. He must have been there for damn near 3 months now at the top, which is the longest stretch anyone's been at the top for the entire season. As you can see, he has over 50 points on the next closest team as well. We'll take a look at his team, because I don't think we really did much before, because outside of maybe a good week or two, he didn't really pipe up too much. So this is obviously from the midweeks points, I think. Yeah, this would be the midway of the games that we've had over the last few days. So obviously you can see Cole Palmer leading the way there after the absolute lol fest that was that Chelsea Man United.
Oh yes,
Phil Foden getting his hat trick as well. 2 hat tricks in the squad actually for Palmer here. And then he's obviously had some solid contributions from Gabriel Roslev. Is that how we pronounce that?
It certainly is.
Yeah, there we go. And then Isaac, that one's a bit easier to say as well. So pretty good turnout all in all from Palmer, Chris.
I would say so. I mean, you look at this team, and I think the midfield is almost. I mean, look at Richarlison. I grant you, but you play that 4 with the 3, if you include Haaland in there. And I don't think Carl Morris is actually that much of a bad player these days.
Yeah,
he are quite spunky.
I think he is 3rd or 4th actually in the highest scoring strikers that you can select, or the game's classes as a striker anyway. He's in terms of points, so he's had a pretty good season, like you say. Luton have obviously actually been quite a plucky team. Yeah,
I like the left field Roslev in there, I have to say. I mean, we might see a few Roslevs knocking around, but Brentford are all right. And can I just say, in goal there, Martin Dubravka, who might be one of the best free transfers ever.
Yeah.
So just in real life, but I like to see a little bit of that rewarded in fantasy by being the number 1. I know Pickford's on the bench, but Martin Dubravka. Fair enough.
Yeah, fair enough. Also fair enough, Harry Maguire. That's a bold choice in 2024, I feel like, for your fantasy team at least.
I mean, I was just about to say that might be the only thing Harry Maguire wins is this fantasy league, but I really hope it isn't, bearing in mind that England are in the Euros.
I was going to say, don't shut your mouth, And another interesting choice, a bold choice to bench Haaland here. Or, to be fair, he may not have benched Haaland, so Haaland did not play, so we got the odd 0-pointer, so I would imagine that there was a substitute that would have happened. I mean, if you did bench Haaland, Palmer, fair play, because you would have got it right. Anyway,
absolutely, we can bow down to your superior knowledge.
Yeah, he's got some sort of. Does he know Joe Lewis? He might have some sort of insider trading going on here.
Well, it's not a bad place to go to prison on the Bahamas, is it? So.
Indeed. So that 69 in the week as well was the second highest score we saw. We'll come to the first in a bit, but. Looking at the rest of the top 5, some familiar faces from when we last spoke to you. Brad, Mike and Alex all still in the top 5, as they have been for quite often this season. We'll just take a look at each of their teams quickly here. Each of them had pretty respectable weeks as well. So if we start off with Brad's team, Chappers FC. So again, fairly solid outing. He obviously had Cole Palmer as well leading the way. And then just lots of good scores all around. Brennan Johnson, Saliba, Isaac again. So pretty solid outing there from Brad, Chris. Anything you particularly want to add on Brad's team here?
Not really. No, I mean, so I think. By the way, if that was a real life defence, I would I would back that to win every game.
That's pretty solid. Yeah, I agree. It's pretty good. Pretty good. Well, we got Kloppenheimer, Mike Taylor next. So again, he had a 63 last week. Doesn't have Cole Palmer in his team, which he was kicking himself for in the car last night when we were listening to those scenes. But he does have Garnacho, who also scored twice himself yesterday. Luis Diaz, who he captained, got him 12 points. Gabriel 6, Zinchenko 9, Van Hecker 6 points as well there, and Darwin Núñez, of course, he's vibing the Liverpool players here, obviously. So pretty solid outing for Mike there as well. Anything to add on Mike's team?
Again, I'm going to go with saying you can't be a real Liverpool fan if you play United players. So, much if you're a United fan, you play Liverpool players, all for the fantasy. I'd pick somebody else. There's got to be better than your dignity supporting your club.
He could have Cole Palmer.
He could have had Cole Palmer. He could have had literally anyone else apart from Garnacho.
And then we've got Alex as well. I hope everything's going with the newborn Alex. De Bruyne Ultimatum. So again, 60 points, solid outing there. Ray with 6 points in goal. Aitneri 8 points. Gabriel 6 points. Pablo Sarabia 6 points as well. Cole Palmer, another Cole Palmer here, 20 points, and then Darwin as well. So again, fairly solid team there. Anything else to add for Alex's team?
Yeah.
Chris?
See, look, precisely. See, look. Alex is a Man City fan. Are there any United players in there? I think not. See, he knows how to do it right.
True. Yeah. There you go. You've been called out, Mike. There you go. So that is the second to fourth place, and obviously you can see that it's fairly tight knit between them. They're all within 5 points of each other, but they are very adrift of Palmer. And then fifth place, which is a new entrant for the week into fifth place. I'm not sure if Betts has been in fifth place at all, but for much of the season he was in mid-table or even on the lower portion of the table. I seem to remember when we were doing this early in the season. Well, fifth place now, with a week high of 86 points as well, so Betts maybe a dark horse here down the stretch.
Wow.
Yeah, a good score last week. Yeah, so let's take a look at his team. He viced Palmer, but
what a touch that is!
He viced
so
him
lucky.
because he captained Haaland, who obviously did not play. So the captain's armband goes to Cole Palmer, so he gets the extra 20 points on top of the 20, obviously, that he scored himself. As well as that, as you can see, he obviously had Foden as well. That's where 60 of his 86 points came from. A couple of sevens from Neto and Saliba, and then a bit of odds and sods around that. So pretty good day at the office, or few days at the office for Betts here, Chris.
Well, that's some score. I mean, Betts would know everything about being an emergency captain this year. But Palmer and Foden doing the business. It's with 2/3 of his points. I mean, fantasy football is really easy when that happens, isn't it? So
it sure is. Yeah.
But still, living up to the entertainers that it was earlier on in the year. This was the Flair team. And it's still, even down to the goalkeeper, I think Neto is one of the more flared goalkeepers in the league, but being anchored by, and I like this, he might be the Premier League's most underrated player. Pascal Gross has been there for Brighton for the last, I mean, how long they've been in the league now? It's got to be coming up for sort of 8-9 years. He has been superb.
Yeah.
Superb. One of those players just flies under the radar, does everything right, gives you 7, 8 out of 10 every game. Really good player. And I like the fact that he's in there with the Flair guys.
Absolutely, yeah, absolutely right. And clearly Betts should go to Jamaica more often, because if it yields results like this,
I mean, I wouldn't exile him on that basis, but,
Yeah, Chris is thinking, don't get rid of one of our best players, Nathan. What are you doing?
No, listen, we need as many good blokes as we can get.
So that's it for all the good news. So we'll turn to the bottom of the table now, of course, because we'd like to monitor that as well. Similarly to how Palmer's opened up some dominance at the top, we are seeing a bit of a lagger, I guess you could say, at the bottom here with Aiden. So he is on 1,461 at the moment. That is about just over 100 points between 14th. So it would take quite a lot, unfortunately, for Aiden to be able to turn the tide and escape there. And even then, the bottom two looks pretty locked in now as well, because Alex is about 80 points behind the next highest as well. So we'll take a quick look at Aiden's team. 25 is the second lowest score on the week last week. So we've praised the good. Now it's like too good, too bad a match of the day, Chris. Now we're on to the bad side of the table.
This isn't just too bad, Dave. This is multiple twos of bad.
Oh, we have worse in a second. Don't you worry. So.
Ow.
Yeah, well, you're about to find out. So yeah, we've got a couple of no scorers here with Haaland. Obviously, Matty Cash, who did not play through injury or got injured during. No, yeah, he wouldn't have played with the injury. And then not really much else, Chris. He had Chris Wood, who got him 8 points, and Bowen obviously chipped him with a 5k over the 3. But yeah, other than that, just lots of 1s and 2s, really, wasn't it? And obviously nothing really to lean on with the bench either.
Nothing at all, no. So that's quite an injured bench. But, you know, fair play. Look, Chris Wood has managed to find his way in. He's in the team of the week. So, you know, at least one selection was right.
Yep, true. And to be fair to Aiden, I'm going to go ahead and guess he's probably not checked his team in a while, given the amount of injured players that's residing on the team. Which makes the next thing even worse, because again, Chris, the last time we spoke and did this very podcast, I was actually top of the table. Narrowly, but I was. Now I am firmly mid-table, over 100 points behind, and obviously, you know, quite adrift to the top 5 as well. And the reason I'm spotlighting myself particularly is because I had the week's low points of 22 points. Terrible weekend. We will take a look at my team. I'll be completely honest, I didn't realise there was a midweek game week this week. It got to Tuesday, and then I saw there were games, and the deadline passed.
There's a Dominic Solanke captain in there.
Yeah, which was left over from the previous week, where he did actually do okay, might I add.
Oh dear.
But it looks even better here, because for much of the game week I was actually on 12, because I had Saliba and Gross on my bench, not changed from the week previous, but because Walker, Haaland, Gordon and Estepinian did not play, I got the benefit of the substitute to double my points total near enough.
Oh dear. I mean, you know, the shining light there is the defence. I mean, that's probably as good as you can say.
As a goalkeeper, I like a good defence. So. Yes.
Well, there's definitely not a better back 3 at the moment than those 3, I would say.
Yeah, if we had that in the second division of the Southern Church League, I would be absolutely thrilled with that. You know, so. Yeah,
I mean, you know, back 3 though, back 3. So.
Well, it worked when we trotted it out during that game last, Chris. Just saying, we played just fine when we had that back 3. So
it will give Jono nightmares for weeks on end, even with those 3.
But that brings us to the end of this week's returning Waypoint FPL update. Probably won't be 4 months until the next one, because we'll completely miss the end of the season if that is the case. But no, we will try and do these a bit more regularly, as we have got about, I think it's 7-8 more weeks, isn't it? Yeah, it's 30 games played is 30-31 at the moment, I think, for most teams, isn't it? So we've obviously got a month and a bit left to go, so we'll see if anyone can catch Palmer or not, and obviously see what else shakes out. So no game, unfortunately, for us either this weekend, Chris.
Shocking.
Yeah.
Shocking. Also, it just might be worth putting out there, the game on the 13th, I think we were supposed to play Christ Central on the 13th. We are now unlikely to play Christ Central, as they are no longer a team. So, yeah, that's a problem.
Is a bit of a problem. Yeah. So
yeah, I mean, so congratulations, by the way. We got a 3-0 walkover, or at least I think that's what's going to happen. But yeah, word on the street is they pull out the league entirely.
Yeah, not good. Not
ideal. And then we play Waterside the week after that, or maybe we don't, because you know they've got a bit of a habit for doing that as well. So we potentially could only have 1 game left.
Yeah.
In 3 weeks' time against Slick away from home. So yeah, I mean, we'll see. So watch this space. More updates to follow. But yeah, don't be surprised. Certainly, obviously, we haven't got a game for a couple for 2 weeks now.
Yeah.
But don't be surprised if that turns into 3 as well. Yeah. Quite annoyingly, let's make that a reason to get out of Div 2.
Absolutely.
We can't be dealing with jokers like this next season.
No, completely not. No, so make sure you get yourself down to training. We obviously need to be hyper prepared and focused for that one. So, yes, absolutely. But anyway, at any rate, have a nice weekend. Thank you for joining us, Chris.
Welcome.
Thank you very much. And we'll see you on the flip side, guys. Catch you later.